Seriously.
Gentlemen, thank you very much.
Oh, no, that's the...
Hip hip! Hurrah! Hip hip! Hurrah!
Company managers, take command of your men.
Ease, free. Oh, as you were, shoulder. Captain. Start. Majors, take manners. Hooks.
So how long have you been drawing?
A couple weeks, month or two, since about August. July, August.
Cover first. Ease,
It was more, I joined in the summer because I had nothing to do. So now I'm just trying to like juggle everything because I'm a cadet officer too. Army cadets on uplands. Not just firing, one thing to be.
Make way! Make way! It's a cannonball.
Oh, you're brave, boy. Oh, you.
Sometimes wounds also happen to the head, which are also usually fatal. This is the musket ball that has been fired, and this is a shin bone, one of the most strongest bones in the human body, and this is the damage that has happened at 25 yards from this musket ball. You can see that the limb, the bone, is so badly damaged, there's no way that can be repaired. It will become infected, and the patient would surely die. So the only recourse of what you may expect when this happens, I can illustrate by the following story. And remember, this is very disturbing. So those of you who are faint of heart, this is not the place for you to be. Maybe go see the blacksmith or the seamstress, but not here. If you feel faint or lightheaded, please sit down. Don't fall down because you'll be my next victim or patient. Early on in my training, I was called to see a woman with my senior surgeon who was complaining of pain in her bosom. And we went to her house, and she was a lovely lady, very, very old, in her 60s, with silver gray hair tied in the back with a black ribbon. Upon examination, we discovered that she was suffering from cancer. And she was laid out on a table like this in an amphitheater. And there were galleries around with students and other physicians and surgeons to observe the technique. As she arrived, she greeted the surgeon and curtsied, got up on the table, undressed herself. Her head was at the head of the table. Her husband was doing his best to comfort her and stroke her hair. The operation began at bladed knife. The pain on her face was quite evident, and she was suffering in agony, but not did she let out a sound. After the surgery was done, she got off the table by herself, dressed herself, and then she said these words which I'll never forget. She said to the surgeon and to those who were present, she said, forgive me, it troubles me even to this day, she said, "Forgive me if I behaved ill." She went through all of that without letting out a sound and apologized if she behaved ill. Unfortunately, poor Allie suffered fever a fortnight and passed away in the arms of her husband. That just goes to show how these operations occur with great courage and strength, not only within the regular population, but within the military. For if soldiers show any signs of cowardice during an operation, they are berated by their commanding officers and comrades immediately following. Get it this way. Sorry.
Yes.
The arm, sir? So right away here, you see a very, very badly injured arm, and I see bones protruding through the skin. That means infection will happen and the patient would die. You need to take the arm, lad. However, I see another injury farther up here. Now, I have to investigate that other injury because I have to decide where we're going to amputate. My best tool for examining a wound is my finger. I do feel a musket ball there. We're going to have to remove it. Steady yourself. Steady. There we go. Now I need to examine again the wound. Steady, lad. The wound is indeed shattered. The bone is shattered farther up. We're going to have to amputate about the level of the elbow. I have to roll up the sleeve here a little bit more. The first thing we're going to do is apply a tourniquet on the limb, which will stem the flow of blood and prevent too much blood loss, which would obviously be bad for the patient.
Are you taking pictures?
I was able to.
Mr. Rock, I think we're going to need something to steady the nerves. Can you assist with that?
Yes.
The whole amputation, once we begin, will take about 15 to 20 minutes. The fastest part is cutting through the flesh and the bone, which will be about 3 to 5 minutes. Then about another 15 minutes for me to sew up the bleeding blood vessels and dress the wound.
Bad.
Need something for my nerves.
Okay, we're good? Yes. I think this man's going to yell a lot, boys. You're going to see some big blood. Are you okay with that? Do you want to leave?
Could you come over here? Help steady the lad. So first cut
Bear, Private Dakota,
is through,
bear.
You should have something.
through the skin. The second one goes down
Tell me when to. Yeah,
through the muscle to the bone.
not yet.
And then Mr. Rock is going to pull back the flesh to expose the bone.
Blood on him.
No way.
Don't look now.
No? At all?
I'm not even looking, but just the sound effects are disturbing me.
Alistair.
They're moving in closer.
A little bit of bleeding here. I'm going to tighten up the tourniquet a little bit more.
Oops.
Next time you use nippers
I have
to
my
thin
head
out
in
the
your
bone
whole
and
camera.
ragged edges.
Fake on this.
Just clip
We have a good clean cut.
To show you
Feels
what it
much
was like
better.
in history.
It's clipping bone.
And then we're going to use a silk thread or wax linen to sew up the blood vessels. It's looking quite good. We'll remove the tourniquet. We have to lift Mr. Rock. Right by the stone. So we're going to pack the wound with lint, and we're going to put the bandage over top. Okay. You're all set, lad. So the private will be put on half rations and half pay because he's no longer an active service and a burden to the taxpayer. Also, that acts as an incentive for recovery. You have about 6 weeks of pain during his recovery.
My ring.
Your ring on your hand.
Yes.
Where did the limb go?
It's in the pile.
You have to search through the pile for your ring. With that kind of amputation, in God's hands, about here, he'll have about a 15% mortality rate. I'm happy to entertain any questions, but I'd like to leave you with the parting words of my teacher. The greater the pain, the greater our confidence in the power and energy of life. Thank you.
All right, so let's see that for you. So I think what you do is you're going with the green.
Fire it?
Yeah.
Bring it up all the way there. Okay, so you're going to follow it. Actually, sure. We're going to
Hello. You were nice.
Thank you very much.
You're looking nice for the horse.
Thank you
Very
very
nice.
I need to go.
Nice color, the blue.
all the way from the front to the back, okay? Do you have a main phone? Now what we'll do is we'll all go onto the other side at the same time, okay? So we won't have people grooming on both sides at the same time.
This time I'll go through the door.
Two mess kits.
Blue,
Bag.
lines
That's
over
it.
there.
So there's no black tin in there?
Wee Huey. Alas, wee Huey, we knew you well.
Like buy something on YouTube now, but
Like or
Just kind of weird how I went.
C'est ça. Ça va au cimetière. Oui, c'est ça.
parce que vous avez dit, il y avait un spectacle.
Ben oui, c'est ça. Elle pleure, c'est son fils. Ouais.
Non, parce que
Résidence francophone à Glengarry. Ouais. Il y avait des. Avant, c'était-tu le plus au Québec? Ça a toujours été Ontario, mais c'est parce qu'il y a beaucoup de francophones en Ontario. Ah, c'est vraiment à l'est. Il y avait le médecin tout à l'heure. Qui ont coupé un dehors. Tout ça. C'était en dedans, il est là.
J'ai rencontré les propriétaires. C'est pas sûr. Moi, je vais faire quelque
Bye, Evelyn. C'était un bon chauffeur.
Hey, Bill, vas-y. Moi, je vais me faire poser avec le monsieur Mohan. Hey, Mike, viens me poser avec elle. Ouais, mais je veux que tu me poses avec la caméra. Wow. C'est un beau... Oh, là! Elle est tannante, la balle. Elle est tannante.
Regarde, il marche.
On va la poser.
Ils vont s'en aller dans
Good job, sir. Well done. Okay, block. You guys are obstacle avoiders.